Chapter 094 Head-to-Head Confrontation. Amidst the endless falling goosefeather snow, the bell pealed on and on. This bell was different from the previous heaven and earth warning bell. It was not struck from within Yuhua heavenly palace, but carried out from the mountain and river courtyard. One peal after another, slow and melodious, summoning all the inner sect and outer sect disciples. Though outer sect disciples had no qualification to participate in the mountain and river ranking tournament, they were allowed to watch and learn, to improve their cultivation and gain experience in actual combat and spell duels. Disciple after disciple trekked through the snow toward the mountain and river courtyard at the sound of the bell. That place was the tournament's battleground, where the mountain and river ranking hung high. I heard that for this re-ranking of the mountain and river list, the sex rewards are extremely generous. They've prepared a treasure artifact, plus plenty of powerful high-grade spirit tools. Rumor even says there's a Enyan longevity pill as a reward. That's several times more generous than last year's tournament. Who do you think will take the top prize this year? The Immortal Tao 10 Sects Gathering of Immortals is coming in just a few years. The sect wants more inner sect disciples to break through to the mystic ability realm, so of course they won't spare any expense nurturing talented disciples to win glory for the sect at the gathering. Yuan Jiankong probably won't keep his 10th place this time. He lost his silver snake sword and got beaten badly by Fang Han not long ago, lost all his face. That Fang Han will probably climb onto the mountain and river list this time. His strength is really good. Ha! Climb onto the list? I'm afraid he won't even keep his life. That man is arrogant and reckless. He even dared to contradict senior brother Hua Tiandu. Many people on the mountain and river list admire senior brother Hua. Do you think they'll let him off easily? What's more, senior brother Yi Nantian has long wanted to deal with him. He already openly threatened to teach Fang Han a lesson. You all know how strong senior brother Yi is, don't you? Senior brother Yi's strength is terrifying. Do you think any disciple will break through to the mystic ability realm during this tournament? I heard in a few past tournaments, a disciple broke through on the spot, stepped into the mystic ability realm and shocked the whole audience. Probably not. The mystic ability realm is no trivial thing, it's a single step to heaven. Senior Sister Long might pull it off, though. Senior Sister Long. She's held first place on the mountain and river list for 3 consecutive terms. Countless inner and outer disciples chattered among themselves. Fang Han walked in the crowd, his heart free of joy or sorrow, as pure and cool as the surrounding snow. He wore an ordinary waterfire Dao robe, empty-handed, carrying nothing. His sound-killing demon blade, a powerful high-grade spirit tool, had been lent to Princess Hongyi. Princess Hongyi already owned the true blue sword, but it could not be exposed openly. The sound-killing demon blade was even more powerful than the true blue sword, so with it, Princess Hongyi would definitely shine in the tournament. Following the flood of disciples into the mountain and river courtyard, Fang Han found his seat and sat down. He saw countless arenas standing tall across the whole courtyard, obviously prepared for the inner sect disciples' matches. Right in the center of the courtyard hung a huge yellow list, with 3 gilded characters, mountain and river ranking. 10,000 strands of glowing light and 1,000 wisps of auspicious energy radiated from it, exuding waves of mighty magical power. No one could tell if it was a spirit tool or a treasure tool. 10 names were written on the ranking. Fang Han spotted Yi Nantian ranked 3rd immediately. First place belonged to a woman surnamed Long, named Long Xian. Seeing this woman's name, he suddenly thought of the yellow-cloaked senior sister Long he had met when he first entered the inner court to hand over the Azure Bone Spur. Could she really be the number 1 on the mountain and river list? Thinking back to that yellow-cloaked woman, how she had lifted the 100-plus gene Azure Bone Spur with 2 fingers, as easily as lifting a pair of chopsticks, he knew the woman was unfathomable. Fang Han gathered his mind and looked below the ranking. Rows of large chairs were set there, where many sect elders and some true disciples sat. They chatted with each other, their eyes sweeping over the assembled disciples, commenting and sizing up the competitors. Fang Han even spotted senior sister Jialan, but Hua Tiandu was not present. About an hour later, the entire mountain and river courtyard was filled with inner and outer disciples, each group in their own place, yet it was not crowded at all. The mountain and river courtyard was extremely large, the largest building in Yuhua Gate, capable of accommodating any number of people. The bell stopped abruptly. Its lingering echo hummed with a power that calmed the heart, and the whole courtyard fell silent immediately, so quiet you could hear a pin drop down. An elder stood up, his gaze sweeping across the crowd. Every disciple felt he was staring directly at them, and none dared meet his eyes. This single gesture alone proved the elder was definitely a mystic ability realm expert. The mountain and river ranking martial contest is a rule established by our Yuhua Gate to screen out outstanding disciples for cultivation. During your matches, you must bring out your true skill, no false pretense. This year, the sect has prepared generous rewards to gift to outstanding disciples. Even if you do not make the top 10, as long as you perform well, show sufficient perseverance, extraordinary will, and sharp wit, you will get the reward you deserve. Let the tournament begin. As soon as he announced the start, many half-elders climbed onto the match arenas, took out their rosters, and called the competing inter-sect disciples onto the stage. Originally, there were just over 5,000 inter-sect disciples. After the issue with the assessment on the demon-devil battlefield, all assessed disciples were promoted, so the number of inter-sect disciples jumped sharply. That was why this year's mountain and river ranking tournament was the most mixed in terms of competitor strength. But no matter how many disciples there were, Yuhua Gate arranged everything in perfect order, with not a trace of chaos. Arena 19, Fang Han, Xianxia. Fang Han heard his name called and stepped forward immediately. Countless eyes from inner and outer disciples turned toward him. He was already a celebrity here, the typical example of overestimating oneself, and everyone wanted to see him make a fool of himself. Even many grand elders looked his way. Jialan also fixed her gaze on him, a look of surprise on her face, her brow furrowed as if thinking something over it. The sealing method of the Yinluo golden body, plus the concealment talisman refined by Yin, really work. Even though these people sense something odd about my aura, they haven't detected that I am a mystic ability realm expert. Feeling the gazes of many grand elders on him, Fang Han silently congratulated himself on his thorough preparations. He had long hidden his magical power deep in his mind, and sealed it with various talismans, so not a trace of his magical aura leaked out. This trick could even hide from some mystic ability realm masters of the 6th or 7th layer, though it could not last long. After too much time, the seal would weaken, and his strength would be discovered immediately. The yellow spring was by definition a synonym for the hidden and obscure, and the concealment talisman refined by Yin had its own unique advantages. He only planned to break the seal when facing a strong enemy. If he revealed his strength too early and let others prepare, it would only bring unnecessary trouble. So you're that overreaching Fang Han? I heard your 7 Calamity Gourd was taken by senior brother Hua. But you did beat up Yuan Jiankong, so you must have some skill. But Yuan Jiankong lost his silver snake sword, he's just a waste now. Let me see what tricks you have today. Standing opposite him was his opponent for this round, Xianxia. He did not wear a waterfire Dao robe, but a moon-white robe, with faint light glimmering on it. Vortex-like waves of magical power pulsed in a regular rhythm. Even if it was not a spirit tool, it was still a magic robe far stronger than a common waterfire Dao robe. In his hand, he held a sword. The sword was carved entirely from jade, not forged from metal, yet its edge was sharp as could be, brilliant light shining off it. This flying sword of mine is called Kunyu. It has an inscribed spirit array inside, and its sword power is formidable. I got it by chance, a relic left by an ancient chi refiner in the ancient Kunwu mountain. When I wield it with my will, 28 Zhuanghuang horses can't even pull it. Be ready to block it. Xianxia chuckled, enunciating each word clearly to brag about his Kunyu sword's power, trying to pressure Fang Han. This intersect disciple was clearly no ordinary character. In this world, there are countless abandoned ancient caves, with many magic artifacts left behind. Occasionally disciples would explore the wild mountains and get lucky with such finds. As soon as Xianxia finished speaking, before Fang Han could even reply, thick smoke suddenly billowed out from his body. The entire arena was shrouded in smoke, and his figure vanished, as if he had turned invisible. Spirit Mist Barrier. A concealment talisman. Fang Han saw this and blurted out. Spirit Mist Barrier was a type of magic talisman that could fill several li with thick fog, and the concealment talisman naturally hid the user's shape. What's more, Xianxia's activated concealment talisman even managed to hide his flying sword along with him, which made it far more advanced than an ordinary concealment talisman. Whoosh! Through the thick fog, an invisible, sharp gale cut through the air straight for Fang Han. All in one motion, raise fog, hide body, unleash sword, strike a fatal blow. Xianxia was actually this skilled, his movements smooth and seamless, impossible to defend against. Clang! A magic sword appeared in Fang Han's hand in a flash, purple lightning flickering across its blade. It was the magic sword refined by Fang Xianxia. He swung it casually, and actually blocked that invisible sharp gale. Amidst the loud crash, purple lightning flashed. The invisible gale crackled and its shape was revealed. It was the Kunyu sword. And the magic sword in Fang Han's hand snapped clean in two. The Kunyu sword was a spirit-flying sword. Of course it could shatter a common magic sword. But even as his sword broke, Fang Han did not pause. His body flickered, and he let out a long roar. It was not the 8 dragon tones, but the orthodox Yuhua Gate vast Qi Long Song. Noble Qi of heaven and earth, long song lamenting parting, sacrifice to the dead gone from this world. Massive sound waves swept out, scattering the thick fog like wind scattering leaves. Even the Kunyu sword was shaken and paused for a moment. A twisted figure appeared in the corner of the arena. It was Xianxia. Fang Han did not pause for a moment. Amidst his long roar, he lunged forward, punching and kicking rapidly, unleashing an unprecedented violent gale. Every blow landed hard on Xianxia's body. Bang, 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 bang. It sounded like hammering piles. Before Xianxia could even react, he took dozens of punches to the body. His magic robe was immediately shattered. He let out a sharp scream, and was swept off the arena like a piece of trash, falling unconscious. Clank! The Kunyu sword lost its master's command and clattered to the ground. Fang Han secured victory with one move, did not even bother to pick up the sword, clapped his hands, stepped off the arena and returned to his seat, clean and decisive. Fang Han wins, the half-elder announced. Many disciples cast strange looks at Fang Han. When the fog rolled over the arena just now, most disciples had not seen clearly how Fang Han won, and were confused. He actually won? Does he have a treasure that can block the Kunyu sword? Maybe? Rumor says he has some connection with Jialan. Maybe she lent him another flying sword. Yuan Jinkong was no match for him, so it makes sense that Xianxia can't stand up to him either. Look over there. They're dueling with swords already. Apart from Fang Han's match, exciting battles were breaking out on every arena. Intersect disciples won and lost, some were seriously injured and immediately carried off to be treated by Mystic Ability Realm Elders. With the healing power of a Mystic Ability Master, as long as the disciple still had a breath left, they could be saved. But if the injury was too severe, a great drop in cultivation was unavoidable. Senior Brother Yi, I admit I am no match for you. Just then, on another arena, Yi Nantian faced off against an intersect disciple, who surrendered and stepped off the arena without even fighting. Yi Nantian had subdued the enemy without even drawing his weapon. Fang Han, I didn't expect you to even win a match. So you do have some tricks up your sleeve. But I hope you don't draw me as your opponent. That way, you can still enjoy a few more hours of life. When he saw Fang Han had defeated his opponent, Yi Nantian's eyes turned cold. He walked over, a false smile on his face. I will make you regret saying that. Fang Han licked his lips. Ha ha. Yi Nantian laughed as if he had heard the funniest thing. Do you know? I have a treasure artifact on me. This treasure artifact is not something you can ever match. It's even more powerful than the 7 calamity gourd that was taken from you. What do you have to fight me with? If we end up facing each other, I won't even give you the chance to say the word surrendered." As he spoke, Yi Nantian turned and left. His words were meant to pressure Fang Han, to make him mentally nervous. "If I hadn't cultivated to the mystic ability realm, your words really would have thrown me off balance. But now..." Fang Han laughed coldly to himself, then closed his eyes to rest. Whether it was coincidence, or someone had arranged it on purpose, not long after Fang Han closed his eyes to rest, the second round of matches began. The elder announcing the match list spoke in a loud, clear voice, calling out the first pair with a booming shout. "Fang Han. Yi Nantian. Arena 1. The shout rang out, and the entire arena erupted in shock. Waves of exclamations and whispers spread, filling the whole courtyard. They matched them up already. Senior Brother Yi and that Fang Han actually got paired this early. Fang Han is done for now. How can he be a match for Senior Brother Yi? That's right, Senior Brother Yi is hiding so much strength, rumor says he has a treasure artifact. And he just cultivated for 2 months on Wanfeng Peak, he must be even more unfathomable now. Just wait and watch Fang Han get what he deserves." Amidst the murmurs of the whole crowd, Fang Han stood up.